Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Kirby Superstar Ultra. And it's been a while, so last time we started off the Great Hive Offensive, and we're picking up where we left off in the Crystal area. So let's start off going into this room here. And there's a bomb enemy. Of course, I messed it up. Yeah, this is a completely new recording session. You found the goblet, price 800G. The last few episodes were all in one recording session, and I took like several months break because I lost all motivation to record. But now I am back. And there's some good treasure, but we missed it, so let's see if we can go back into the previous room and try that again. Okay, let's try this again. And now that I have bomb, maybe that'll be my good luck charm or something. Hit the switch, and okay, I messed it up again. Let's see, can I do a thing to the left here, or no, I can't. Pretty sure I need a yo-yo. I think me in the video, I actually ended up trying cutter, and that doesn't work either. So I'm pretty sure it is only yo-yo that can bypass that. I think being a mirror could also probably access it, but I think they give you yo-yo. So anyway, I guess while I'm working on that, I can just talk about what's been going on recently. Honestly, not much. I've been, finishing up my junior year of high school. It's fine, honestly. Not much of interest has been happening. But, Amphibia Season 3 wrapped up. That was a wild ride of a season. The finale was, honestly, one of the best finales I've ever seen to a TV show, like, in general. You found the saucepan, 10G, and, I'm really happy with how it ended. Although, I admit that I did cry during the finale just because of how bittersweet the ending was. And if you also can't tell by the sound of my voice, I've got some of those allergies, mostly because I live in an area of the world where, weather actually happens, and where seasons actually change. So yeah. So now let's grab yo-yo, and of course I was almost screwed up because I keep hitting the wrong button. And yo-yo obviously can pass through walls, which is one of its unique properties that's only shared by it and the two wizard-like abilities, the beam and the mirror. So before we go back, let's finish up this room first. You found the bucket, price 200G. So I think there's a few treasures. You saw the one earlier, which we need to go from the other way because there's an air current blocking us from going that way. And then there's a bunch that are just hidden around in chests. So let's go up here past all the squishies, I believe is what the squids are called. And let's go to the maximum tomato and just past here. Oh, it's this bit. I used to hate this bit when I was doing my initial playthrough of Superstar. This bit down here. Oh wait, yeah, that's right. I forgot. Okay, so fun fact, I don't actually record the audio on the same day as I do a video. Because a lot of the time I do the video at 9 or whatever, and then I don't end up getting around to doing the audio until much later. Because I used to do it live, but I constantly ran out of things to say, and my mic audio is always super low compared to the game audio. Plus add on, you get a bunch of clicking noises from the controller and stuff. So I just end up doing post commentary for the series and any future series that probably involve actual gameplay with music and stuff. At least until I can get my hands on a proper mic. Even the power paintbrush, 222,000G. That's actually a reference to, I believe, Kirby Canvas Curse. I think. Might be that, or it's a Kirby 64 reference. Might be a reference to Adeline, or it could be the reference to Canvas Curse. Which, if you guys want, I could play on the channel. Of course, that just loops around, and yeah, I died there. Honestly, I didn't play all too well as I'm looking back at this. But that's actually the platforms in the spot, so I used to hate that bit when I was doing my initial Superstar playthrough. Mostly due to me constantly falling in the dang spike pit, and I'm pretty sure I died at least twice in that. Like, it isn't super bad if you take your time and don't try to rush ahead. But if you try to, like, rush, like, at all, you're gonna end up dying at least once. Anyway, that's when this video comes out, it'll probably be, like, August or something. By then, hopefully, this statement will be true. Minecraft is coming back soon. As of the recording of, actually I think last batch I did, I finally finished recreating my old Minecraft world, which I have done the favor of uploading to a realm. That way I can just re-download it anytime that it accidentally gets deleted again. But yeah, next episode of Minecraft, it'll just be a brief, like, recap of, like, such stuff that's gone on, and I also still need to show off the blacksmith. I just went and finished it off camera, but I will go into detail on, like, certain aspects of it. Nether Coliseum won't be coming back for a little bit, nor will all that hidden lore stuff that I was doing with, like, Hector and the letters and stuff. However, most of it will still be there. I'll still be building stuff. I'll be continuing with my adventures in the little village. And you'll notice some inconsistencies. I changed a few things that I felt weren't that great. But, yeah, it's mostly the same. $100 coin, 10,000G. You know, I don't get why the $100 coin is worth 10,000G. And even then, stuff like the saucepan is worth like 10G. I get that it's probably made of gold, but it's $100 coin. So, like, you think it'd be $100. But for some reason it isn't. And I don't get why. But anyway, hit that there, we got another chest, and it's the brass knuckle worth 20,000G. So, yeah, a lot of like the prices of treasures aren't what they'd be in like real life, which obviously, you know, it's a game and all. You know, the Amber Rose, 22,100G, but like it still feels weird seeing like things that would normally be kind of expensive in real life be like 10G, and then finding things that would be like super like inexpensive being super expensive. The Beast Fossil, 24,220G. There's like the fossil, it's like 20,000G. Fish fossil, 6,250G. But stuff like the fossil price, like that sort of makes sense. But then you get to like the coin being worth like 1,000 more than what it should, or 10 times more what it should, or wait, what? Well, yeah, 100 times more than what it should be. And then you get stuff like the saucepan, like I said, being worth, like, nothing at all. Even though it's still run through. Machine parts, I don't know, 121,300G. Dude, I need to, like, do something about me constantly screwing over my words. Like, I've straight up on saying the numbers twice. Maybe it's just me talking too fast or something, but like, I've been doing that all the time. Here's another relatively easy puzzle. And on the ancient gem, worth 60, or is it? I think that was 88,000. It's kinda hard to see on my screen. We're passing by a whole bunch of attacks. These enemies steal your Toppy ability. Here's the Falcon Helmet, worth 41,000 G. And of course, that is a reference to F-Zero, which is a franchise that I've never actually played. I've been meaning to play one of the F-Zero games, but I've never gotten around to it. But as you can see right there, he steals your ability, but if you kill him in time, you cannot get it back. Which is good, because I probably need an ability just to fend off all the enemies. And of course we have this guy up here who gives you Wheel, which I am not going to take, because Wheel is not that great for combat. Like, it's pretty great for traversing, provided there are no pits, but like, you don't want to use Wheel for combat. Just don't. Even on the cell phone, 40,210 G. And that is also another Kirby reference. That is reference to Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, a game on GBA, which is like one of the weirder Kirby games. It's a 4-player Metroidvania. It is not that great to play by yourself, but it is a fun time if you have enough link cables to do 4 players. But that's like super impossible to do nowadays. Here's hoping that Switch on Truth Mirror 500,000 G. Here's hoping that rumor about GBA games on Switch Online actually comes true, so that we can get Kirby the Amazing Mirror on there. And with that last treasure, that actually wraps up Crystal's treasure. So I have to go into a boss, so let's grab Fighter. And past me, as usual, forgets that we can summon an ally. So here we're fighting Computer Virus. Computer Virus is probably my favorite boss, like in general. Well, it's not like the final boss, which we'll get to eventually. Computer Virus is just like so unique. It follows a basic sort of RPG style where the boss is like to display like HP counter. Then it goes through several phases and you take turns attacking and defending. And I believe in total, Computer Virus has, I think, 5 different forms that it can call on. But I think no matter what, you only ever see 3 per fight. There's the Slime and the Puppet, which do barely anything. There's the Magician, which we're fighting here. There's a couple different elemental spells. For basically any attack, I recommend either Fighter or Mirror, because those two can both block all their attacks for the most part without taking any damage. And the later enemies, they can also, as you can see here, they can cast guard spells to increase their defense. But yeah, there's those 3, and then there's also a Black Knight and a Red Dragon, which we do not see, but they're pretty powerful. And so Kirby defeats all the enemies, and he gets like experience points, and his heroism goes up, and his roundness goes up, and spirit, and puffiness, and courage, and love. I believe they're phrased differently in the N64 in the Super Nintendo version, where it's I believe it's not like oh, the stat goes up. I'm pretty sure it's like, oh, you got like this amount of points for each thing. But regardless, it's pretty goofy what kind of categories there are. And here are another minecart assistant, which means another area. And welcome to basically everyone's least favorite area, the Old Tower. Now, before I go into why it's everyone's least favorite area, let's first off go and save. But I'll head in here, and the old tower is massive. It is, I believe, the biggest of all the areas. So there's a door here to the right, and there's one to the left, which we'll get in a minute. And I'll explain why once we get to it. But up here, we have a whole bunch of alcoves. On that guy to the right gives you ninja, which I'll use later actually, but not now. And I believe in one of these is a door. Yeah, up here. This leads you to a treasure being guarded by two Gordos. And of course, me being me, I get hit by both. Starts here at 408,200 G. Okay, let's do it the other way so we don't get hit again. Yeah, that's all that's on that second floor, I believe. I believe the rest is just empty chambers or food. Like, but yeah, that's the one treasure up there. So, you can see down there, there's a door down there, which we need, I believe, hammer or stone for. Now, it gives us hammer, which is why we're not going there yet. So let's go to the right, and in here, we can climb up this little shaft with a bunch of Sir Kibbles and some parasol wallabies. Fortunately, there's a bunch of food on the walls, which we'll need later once we're heading down here again with our copy ability. And let's just beat up these last few. And oh, I remember this bit gave me a whole bunch of trouble when I was doing my original Superstar playthrough on ASNES emulator. Those bombs constantly. I died a bunch on this bit. Just do those bombs. Like they're aggravating. And here's me giving up my fighter for no reason because I thought I needed a mirror. But no, I don't. So down here there's a whole bunch of cannons. I believe they actually only shot, though. I was gonna call them cannons. I don't want to have to remember another enemy name. Give me big Clash of Clans vibes, running me how much I need to improve my village. Being the calling horn 80,300 G. That kind of, well, there's like a whole ass unicorn horn there. Like, seriously, like who killed the unicorn and shoved its horn in the cave? Here's the bonkers. Now you might notice that suspiciously placed bomb blocker. And you can also see how I'm not hitting bomb blockers. There's a very specific reason. As you can see, there's a chest up there. And not just that, I also need a hammer. So I'm hit that switch, and as you can see, the chest falls. So we're gonna have to go out and then go back in. And the chest falls obviously now. And we have the 3-star cane to 222,000 G. And that is also a reference. I believe that is reference to either, actually not even either. I believe that is just a Kirby's Dreamland 3 reference. That's the item you use at the end of the game to beat Dark Matter. Or not Dark Matter, Zero. And so on to the right here, we have a little mini boss encounter with the Meta Knights. This actually reminds me of the time that I made a Kirby-themed Christmas card for a school project. I edited a whole bunch of Kirby sprites to be Christmassy themed. And so I believe up here leads to another path, but I don't believe... we can technically move on, but like, we still have that chamber. And, yeah, I died. So, hold on, let me go get hammer again. I'll be right back. Okay, I got it again. So with that in mind, let's go the other way this time so I don't die again. And let's try and hit these bombs so they don't fall on me. Fortunately, I'll probably stay alive. I can't say the same about Sir Kibble over here, who is almost certainly gonna die. Like, nowish. So we just have to go back down here, and then I believe we'll get to the main hall. Then we can finally do the really annoying puzzle. Yeah, so let's pass these, what are they called? I think they're called, like, Broom Doctor or something. It's been a while. They don't give you anything to this name, but in Dreamland 2 or 3, they give you cleaning, which eventually became basically Tornado and stuff, which, I mean, pretty good improvement from cleaning to Tornado, I'd say. But here you have, like, 2 really long elevator shafts. I'm not sure why they didn't just do one long elevator instead of having it split into 2, but, yeah, what you gonna do? And then here you have some fire enemies. And, yeah, I don't know which path goes first, but it's not this one. So we have an earth current in the water pushing to the left. We have a whole bunch of doors on the top and a pit at the bottom. So let's try the top room. And up here is another mini boss. This here is Kid. He gives you suplex, and we killed him already. The Koopa Shell 800G. I'm sure you guys all know what that is. That is, of course, a reference to the Mario Bros. And the Koopa Shell. Speaking of which, I watched the Mario Bros. Movie for like the first time in years the other day, and it was just as not a Mario movie as I remember. So with me having no clue how to do that puzzle, because of course that always stumps me, let's get another treasure. The Warrior Shield, 50,000 G. I'm not sure if that's meant to be a reference to something or not. My first thought, when I saw that is that a Fire Emblem reference? I don't think it is. I think that might just be a thing Kirby made up. Yeah, because it looks cool. But now with fire, let's see if that helps. Spoiler alert, it doesn't really. So let's play Kid for the second time. And I believe, do I? Okay, no, I don't. No. But I end up fighting him 3 times because I can't figure out how to do the puzzle. Like, my first thought always is try and use fire and try to have it burn through the blocks to the rope, but that's not it. The puzzle actually requires you to use the one gimmick I never remember exists, being the buddy gimmick. Because you need to actually have a Burning Leo buddy come down there and burn it for you. Because for some reason their fire works underwater, but your fire doesn't. But there's also a block down there, which we can't get to either. I believe the 2 are connected somehow. Actually, I'm pretty sure the cannon sends you over to like the right, and there's like a little area. Of course, now we have me trying my other thing that I thought it might be getting suplex. Once again, it's not. But I accidentally also ended up activating with what I actually need. In other words, here's my moment of realization when this guy can actually activate the thing for you. So let's hop in the cannon, and yep, it shoots you right over to the right. And here we have the Falchion, 325,000 G. Now, that I know for certain. The Falchion or the Falchion or something like that. Might be Falchion is a Fire Emblem weapon. I forget who wields it. I think it might be Marth who wields it. But I have not played, what is it, Shadow Dragon or something? But I've only ever played one of the ones in the GBA. The one that's, I forget the actual name is, I think it's, what is it, Sacred Stones, or is that Binding Blade? It's one of the 2. It's, the one that was branded simply as Fire Emblem here in the West, because we never got one before it, so. Yeah, that's the left room. And I think that's most of the treasures here. I think we still have like 8 or so. Well, we're over halfway there through the treasures in general. 35 out of 60. Honestly, Break Up Offensive is not that long. Like, it's certainly much longer than the other ones that were like 20 minutes, half an hour. Well, this is still like 2 hours or something at the very most, but like it's not that long. And it's pretty fun too. So let's step ahead by going up there, and let's go back to the room to the right, because we still have a couple blocks to break. So let's ditch fire, and let's grab Yo-Yo, and let's break through the wall, and let's grab whatever's down here. Okay, we have a launch thing, and we have another chest that has the broken bowl, 50G. Honestly, like I said earlier, it's really weird finding kitchen stuff like bowls and pots, and then finding like a Fire Emblem sword, and you'll find like the Triforce later and stuff. Then you find like references to other Kirby games. And down here in this trap-ridden pit is the Tuts Mask, 160,000 G. Okay, let's keep going up the old tower, and let's stop for a minute and let's grab Beam, because why not? I probably said this last episode, like I said, the whole different baskets and stuff, but I probably mentioned already that I'm just gonna go over all the weapons at the end, just because I haven't been keeping track of what I have done and what I haven't, so it just makes it easier for me. And for some reason I did ditch Parasol here, I'm not sure why. Probably because I knew that I needed stone later, so let's just grab stone here. And let's keep on heading up. I know what we're coming up to, and I don't like what we're coming up to, it's really frustrating. But first we have this room full of copy essences for sleep. They do this a whole bunch in the franchise. But here is Mr. Saturn, 120,000 G. That is, of course, an Earthbound reference, which, Earthbound, I haven't finished it. I've played it, but I haven't actually even gotten into, like, Paula and stuff yet, but, like, it's fun. But yeah, they bring back the whole, like, copy essence of sleep as a trap thing a whole bunch in the franchise. So we have in the middle, we have the passage up, guarded by 2 Starfies, one on each side. Starfies are simple enemies, you just can't inhale them. I'm starting to lose track of what I have and what I haven't mentioned. Then we'll hear some of their treasure, and let's see what it is. The armor, to 1200 G. But I need to keep track of, like, stuff that I've talked about. But hey, that's the price you pay, I guess, when you take, like 3 months between recording breaks. Or not between breaks, but between recording sessions. This is a weird room, I never got why it's a star room inside an old tower. Like, the sky I can kinda get. Though I guess that also, that doesn't make sense since we're underground and all, but like, I could see that more reasonably rather than the outer space room. So that's 100,000 G treasure box, right there. Not sure why there's a box inside of a box, unless the box itself was the treasure. Which means there wasn't a box at all. And I forgot about that. That's an auto-scrolling room. Fortunately, it's slow enough to get the thing. Mannequin, 3000 G. Like, it's slow enough to, like, actually get what you're going in for, but, like, that will kill you if you take too long. So there's a mirror here, let's skip by it. And let's continue climbing up the tower. And to the right is a massive pool of water, which is part of what you need stone for. And through that door, I believe, is a boss, or a mini-boss, I think. I believe it's a chameleon guy, which will then take you to either the next area or a part of another area. Or not. But can I believe that it's part of this area? Or maybe it's like a different area, I don't know. But right here is a bridge that breaks. Me while playing forgot this and almost died a bunch, as you can see. But you can't pass through, unfortunately, which means I have to go all the way around. So let's go back up on the bridge and let's go into the master mill and see what treasures it has. Well, I forget where the bad part is, but I know that it's coming up. So down there is not important. That takes you back outside in case you need to like save or whatever. But up there in the middle, like before, is a chest that is being guarded by water and a water current. So you have to be very quick when getting it. And there goes my ally, finally dead. And here is the gold crown, 528,000 G. And we only have a couple triggers left, I believe 3 to be exact. And I know where 2 of them are exactly off the top of my head. But I forget where the 3rd one is. The 3rd one might just be the reward for beating Camille Alarm, but I don't know for sure. And there's a thing that I cannot break. So I'm gonna be right back when I have an ability, probably Ninja, that can get that open. And here we are. Fortunately enough for me, there was a ninja in the room right before Camille Alarm, so I could just go get it there. Yeah, Rocky, if you could break that, and got into a room with a little laser guy. I think they give you beam now, but in the old games they used to give you laser back when that was still an ability. Well, I had old games and amazing, and Advanced Tape 50800G. And the Amazing Mirror also has laser in it, which I mean made sense. I'm pretty sure it was built off the Nightmare and Dreamland engine, so they probably just reused laser from that. But now we have to go back and we have to go beat Camille Alarm. Like I said, I'm really hoping it is Camille Alarm, and I'm not remembering wrong because I don't want to have to re-edit all those bits to have it not beat Camille Alarm. You know what I'm saying? I believe it is Camille Alarm, so let's go check. And better yet, let's go find it and go do the 2 bits I hate. And I definitely know what room this is. This is definitely Camille Alarm. And there he is. Camille Alarm. The boss is pretty simple. He rolls around, and then he grabs you with his tongue, and he will swallow you and spit you out. He also likes to grab onto the ceiling. Sometimes he'll hop around a bunch, or other times he'll simply grab on, and then spit a couple paintballs, which you can actually swallow to get paint, which is a one-time use ability similar to Crash or Festival or something like that, which does much damage and then goes away. But anyway, much like the others, he's really easy to beat. He's a bit more hard in the arena when you have to deal with like lower health for you and stuff, but like outside of that, he's pretty easy. So let's go up, and to the left here, or I guess not, to the right here is one of 2 of the worst rooms in the tower. Well, people complain about the whole hammer puzzle. I don't think it's that bad. But it's kind of annoying, but it's not awful compared to these 2, I feel. Like, this one here on the right is relatively easy. Long story short, there's a hidden doorway that is secluded in darkness, and you need to hit these candles to light it up temporarily enough so you can see it. It is the one on the left that you'll see in a minute that is going to take me at least like 10 minutes or something. But I saw it briefly in it's right there, but it still needs to be lit up for it to actually let you in. So let's stick the tornado because we already have wolf. Let's go in here, and there's a wind current and a tomato down there, and the sun ring for 800,000 G. And so that's actually the last treasure, but we still have one more on the room on the left, and it is a bit of a doozy to get to. So, as prepare yourself, this is going to take me a while. But fortunately, you guys get to see the highlights of it, because I don't want to have to show you guys the whole thing. So, we have a switch there on the right. This temporarily lifts up a bit of a door that you're going to have to get all the way up to in time in order to get in there before the wall closes down the door. And then there's a whole bunch of caboose and circles that'll constantly be firing at you. And it is really annoying. This took me a long while to do on Super Nintendo, because I always got it like right before it shut, and then it literally just shut in front of my eyes, and it was really annoying. So to save you all the misery, I'm just gonna cut ahead to when I get there, okay? And after a solid minute, I finally got in, and here's the model ship at 800,000 G. And quite fittingly, the last two are themed after a sun and a moon. Yeah, that took me actually less than I thought. Took me like 10 to 15 minutes the first time that I did it on Super Nintendo, and it took me like a minute here, which kind of amuses me, honestly. It's kind of funny. But yeah, that takes you into this weird sort of bright version of the old tower entrance, and there's a door here, which takes you back out here, and then I believe up in the middle here is a path back out, because, believe it or not, the old tower is actually optional. You can just skip it entirely, like by going to the left here. With that in mind, I'm gonna end the video, so I'll see you all next time. Bye!